Okay, class, we're about to start section 1.6, dividing whole numbers. The process of separating a quantity into equal parts is called division and is symbolized by several notations. Note, there are three components to any division problem. There's the divisor, which is the number you are dividing by. The dividend is the number that the divisor divides into, and the quotient, which is the result. Now let's take a look at these examples. We have example 1. We have the standard division problem. Now, our divisor is out front, our dividend is under the division bar, and our quotient is at the top, or as we commonly know, our answer is at the top here. Now we have a fraction. A fraction is just division. Our numerator is the dividend, our denominator is the divisor, and our final answer is the quotient. Now, down below here, this is still just a fraction. It's just, instead of having this slash here for the fraction, it has this type here. Or I should say fraction bar. Okay, now we have the other traditional division sign. We have 75 divided by 3. The 75 is the dividend, the 3 is the divisor, and the answer, which is 25, is the quotient. Now, it says here on the next page, there are two important division properties shown. Division properties of 1 and division properties of 0. Now, with our division properties of 1, there are two division properties of 1. The first division property states this: if any number except 0 is divided by itself, it will give you 1. Like we see here, 8 divided by 8 is 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 4 divided by 4 is also 1. Now, the quotient of any number in 1 is that same number. So any number divided by 1 is that number. So 8 divided by 1 is 8, 5 divided by 1 is 5, 1 divided into 4 is 4, and 0 divided by 1 is 0. Now we come down to the division properties of 0. Now there are actually two. The quotient of 0 in any number except 0 is 0. For example, 0 divided by 9 is 0, 0 divided by 5 is 0, and 0 divided by 14 is 0. This is basically saying that if you take 0 and divide it by any number except 0, and then it gives you 0. Now, the quotient of any number in 0 is not a number. We say that 3 divided by 0, 3 over 0, and 3 divided by 0 here is all undefined. Now, the reason why this is undefined is because if we look here, what number can you think of multiplied by 0 will give you 3? There is no number. So that is why it is undefined. Now again, if you take any number except 0 divided by 0, that gives you an undefined answer. So now we scroll down here to example set A. Now if we look here at number 1, we have here 6 divided by 3. Now 6 divided by 3 we know is 2. We look here at number 2, 8 divided by 1. We learned that property of 1, 8 divided by 1, we know is 8. Now 15 divided by 0 and 0 over 15. I'm going to hold off on that for a second. Let's look here at number 5. 5 goes into 15 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. And you have no remainder. Now let's take a look here at number 3. We have 15 over 0. Now according to the rules that we had previously, remember, if any number is divided by 0 except 0, your answer here is undefined. And here, 0 divided by any number except 0 is 0. Now, it says, for your information, you can check your answer by multiplying the quotient and divisor, which should give you the dividend. So basically what this is saying, if you take the divisor and the quotient, it will give you your dividend. 2 times 5 is 10. So that makes it true. Now, we come down here to example set B. We're going to be performing long division. It says divide using long division. We add 3 into 222. So we say 3 goes into 2 0 times. 3 goes into 22 7 times. 7 times 3 is 21. 22 minus 21 is 1, and you bring down your 2. 3 goes into 12 4 times. 4 times 3 is 12, and we have no remainder. So our final answer here is 74. Now we go to problem number 2. We say 5 goes into 2 0 times. 5 goes into 22 4 times. 4 times 5 is 20. 22 minus 20 is 2. And you bring down your 2 here. 5 goes into 22 4 times. 4 times 5 is 20. 22 minus 20 is 2. And you bring down your 5. 5 goes into 25 5 times. 5 times 5 is 25, and you have no remainder. So your final answer is 445. Now we scroll down to problems 3 and 4. Now problem number 3. We have 6 into 1. We know that 6 does not go into 1. 6 goes into 12 twice. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 minus 12 is 0. So you bring down this 2. 6 goes into 2 0 times. And then you bring down this 6. 6 goes into 26 4 times. 4 times 6 is 24. And you have a remainder of 2. So your final answer here is 204, remainder 2. Now we go here to number 4. Now we have a double digit on the outside here. So we say 27 doesn't go into 1, it doesn't go into 13, but it does go into 135. It goes 5 times. So 5 times 27, 5 times 7 is 35, carry a 3. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13. Now 135 minus 135 is 0, so we'll just bring down this 7. 27 goes into 7 0 times. You have a remainder of 7. So your final answer is 50, remainder 7. Now we come to section C, solving problems by dividing. It says just as subtraction, addition, and multiplication has keywords and phrases that can be used to indicate their respective operations, division also has some keywords and phrases listed below. So you can read these phrases and keywords at your leisure. And this would tell you the different words you should be looking for in order to determine if it's division. Now we go down here to example set C. It says solve. 7 college students share a paper route to earn money for expenses. The total in their fund after expenses was $5,110. How much is each person's equal share? Now, if you know you have an equal share, you're dividing it up. So we would take 7 into 5,110. So 7 goes into 5 0 times. 7 goes into 51 7 times. 7 times 7 is 49. Now, we know we cannot subtract 9 from 1, so we borrow 1 from this 5 and make it 4. And then this 1 becomes an 11. So 11 minus 9 is 2, and 4 minus 4 is 0. We bring down the 1. 7 goes into 21 3 times. 3 times 7 is 21, and we have 0. We bring down this 0 here. 7 goes into 0 0 times. So your final answer here is $730. Now we scroll down here to number 2. It says printers can be packed 12 to a box. If 532 printers are to be packed, but only 4 boxes are shipped, how many full boxes will be shipped? And then it asks how many printers are left over and not shipped. So we would still do a division problem here. Okay, so we're going to take 12 and we're going to divide it into 532. So the sum. So we have 12 into 532. 12 doesn't go into 5. Oh, it disappeared. So it's 12 into 532. 12 doesn't go into 5, but 12 does go into 53 4 times. 4 times 12 is 48. Now we know we cannot subtract 8 from 3, so we need to borrow 1 from this 5 and make that 4, and this 3 becomes 13. 13 minus 8 is 5, 4 minus 4 is 0. Now we bring down our 2. 12 goes into 52 4 times. 4 times 12 is 48. Now we know we cannot subtract 8 from 2, so we borrow 1 from 5, that makes that 4, and this 2 becomes a 12. 12 minus 8 is 4, so 4 minus 4 is 0, so we have 44, remainder 4. So our answer to the first question, how many full boxes are shipped? We could say 44 full boxes are shipped. And then the answer to the second question, how many printers are left over and not shipped? You could write 4 is left over and not shipped. And you know it's 4 based upon your remainder. Okay, now we scroll down here to section D. It says finding averages. The average of a list of numbers is the sum of the numbers divided by the number of numbers. So we have the average is equal to sum of numbers and number of numbers. So we go down here. It says find the average. Sandy needs an average score of 86 on her exams in order to pass her course. She received scores of 79, 98, 85, 73, and 100. What is Sandy's average? So we would take the average. We abbreviate it by just putting A. The sum of the numbers, so that means we would add all of these numbers. 79 plus 98 plus 85 plus 73 plus 100. And then we would divide it by the number of numbers. We have 5 numbers here, so this would be divided by 5. Now we have to add all of these numbers together. Okay, I took the liberty of writing these numbers out here and I lined them up according to their place value. Now we add 9 plus 8 is 17, plus 5 is 22, plus 3 is 25, plus 0 is 25. So we bring down our 5 and carry our 2. 2 plus 7 is 9, plus 9 is 18, plus 8 is 26, plus 7 is 33, plus 0 is still 33. We bring down our 3 and carry our 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. So we will have 435 divided by 5. So now we would divide. We would take 5 into 435. 5 goes into 43 8 times. 8 times 5 is 40. 43 minus 40 is 3. Bring down your 5. 5 goes into 35 7 times. Subtract 35 and we have 0. So it says, what is Sandy's average? Her average is 87. Now it asks, did she get the average she needed? Yes. Now this is the last problem of this section. Now we have Darnell who needs an average score of 80. He received these scores here. We got 61, 58, 84, 73, 98, and 100. So we have 6 scores here, so we know we're going to divide this by 6 after adding all of these values. I showed the addition here, which you could do at your leisure, and that will give you 474. So the average is 474 divided by 6. So I took 6 into 474, and it gave an average of 79. So Darnell's average is a 79. And it asks, where will he be in May? He will be in summer school in May. And that is it.